Hello everyone, my name is Lacey and I'm going to be talking to you about allowing schools and colleges to begin teaching Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University there. So who is currently living paycheck to paycheck? Is your stress level over the roof and overwhelming and keeping you up at night? Are you losing sleep over the amount of debt that you've encountered? Wouldn't you rather work hard now so you could enjoy your life later? Life can be difficult and throw unexpected things our way. I would like to introduce you to Dave Ramsey. He has proven to help thousands of people and students get out of debt and stay out of debt. By teaching his Financial Peace University in colleges all over, you can begin a journey into living a debt-free life. Speaking from personal experience, debt really sucks. I know our debt has prevented us from doing things that we wanted to do, adding onto our house or doing more than one cycle of IVF treatment, for example. Everybody has different goals and things that they want to accomplish in life, but sometimes our personal debt can get in the way of doing so. And if you're like us, seeing the pile of debt that we've accumulated can cause a lot of stress and anxiety and sleepless nights. So according to CESI, data from the Federal Reserve shows that 40% of American households cannot withstand a financial emergency of $400 or more. Well, to me, that's really scary to know that, other households out there aren't able to cover a simple expense if something were to happen, even like a blown tire or an emergency room visit, which would have been us before we started the Dave Ramsey program. If we understand our money and where it is going, then we are able to take control of our situation. Once we have control of our situation, then we're more prone to do better and succeed, and we can see the progress as we go along. Once we understand how our finances are and how they work, we can take back our lives. Who wouldn't like a little financial independence? According to Dave Ramsey, he always says, live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. I think those are some pretty strong words to live by. I don't know about you, but I want to create a different future for my family and for myself. Students should be prepared to take charge of their finances early on so they have a better understanding of money, how to get out of debt, and how to budget smartly. When people get explained how to budget and to save and do things, and you take this Financial Peace University course, it kind of opens up your eyes and makes you realize, where your money is going, how it's being spent, what you can cut back on, and it makes you feel more control of where your money is going and where you want it to go. First of all, it is important to understand your money inside and out. Where does our money come from? How exactly does money work? How can we pay for things? It is so important to know how much we make at our job and how that money is being used. A lot of times if you look at your paycheck, you see the deductions and the taxes and things like that that are being withheld. We even have school tax taken out on ours, and we have a task card, which is pre-tax money that's put aside so that whether we can use it for medical expenses. So it's important to see how much you actually make and where all that money is going. Everyone needs to have a better understanding of how much money they're actually bringing in and just how much they're spending on entertainment, on your bills, on savings, and just things like stuff you could do at home, like if you go to a coffee shop every day when you could be making that coffee at home. That could save you a bunch of money. Today we have the option of using cash, credit cards, or even loans. Credit cards and loans can put you even further into debt. Once you have a better understanding of money, it's time to get out of debt and stay out. Once you realize where your money is going, you can see where you are able to cut back. What's really great about the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University is you even get what they call an envelope system. with this, it has little envelopes, and you put your cash in there because you only want you using cash, and you list your date and where you spent, and like if this was an entertainment fund, and if you started with $400 and where your money is going, so you can actually see where it's at, which is nice to have that visual picture. And then you're able to see where your money's going, and you can see where you're able to cut back on your things, like the coffee. Getting out of debt won't be easy. It'll be a lot of hard work, but it'll definitely be worth it in the end. If you follow Dave Ramsey's financial peace plan and advice, you'll find yourself staying motivated and paying down the debt. Like I said before, you're able to visually see your debt and how it can slowly, you're rolling it over to the next one every month if you do the snowball effect. And with the Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, they give you this great book, and it kind of walks you through the different steps, and he has 7. It gives you definitions of words you might not know, and in the back is really great because he actually has just some great worksheets that you can use to help get on a budget and stick with it. So there are 7 baby steps, as I mentioned, of Dave Ramsey's that are important to follow. According to Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, which is my next book that I have to show you, this one here, the 7 baby steps are: step 1, you need to save $1,000 for an emergency fund. Once you have that done, then you move on to the next step, which is step 2. You want to pay off all your debt except for your mortgage, using the debt snowball, which is where you take your lowest, like say you have a credit card of $100, your next credit card is $300. Once you pay off the $100 credit card, you take that amount that you were paying on it and roll it over into the next one, which would be the credit card 2 that was $300. So now you're putting even more towards it to pay it off faster, creating that avalanche of the snowball. Step 3 is you want to save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. And then once you complete that, then you're going to move on to step 4. You want to invest 15% of your household income into your retirement, which a lot of places at work, they'll match a certain percentage, so it makes it even easier to get that 15% in there for your retirement. Step 5. If you have children, you're definitely going to want to save for their college tuition, or at least help out with that. If you don't, then you can move on to step 6, which is paying off your home early. Step 7, you're going to want to build wealth and give back, which is something Dave Ramsey firmly believes in. And again, in the Total Money Makeover, they have personal stories, success stories of other families who have gone through what you're going through, and what college students should be aware of, because they shouldn't feel that they have to have plastic to pay for everything or take out loans. It's important to stay ahead of the game and stay out of debt, so that whether you don't start out freshly out of college with a bunch of debt. If you start now and stay away from debt, you'll be able to make your money work for you. Finally, you need to create a budget to see where your money is going and where you can cut back. And in the Total Money Makeover book and the Financial Peace University book that I showed you as well, they both have sections in the back that have great worksheets that you can use to do the money cash flow, and it guides you step by step and gives you all the categories and things like that will allow you to be more conscious of what you're bringing in, where your money is going, and get you on a budget to stick with it. Of course, that can always be tweaked as you go along, and you see where you can cut back and what you might want to add more to. So all of that stuff is found in the back of both of those books, which is great resources. It's important to sit down every month and make that budget, because every month stuff could change. Once you make a budget, which is a list of all your expected expenses, you're going to know where your money is going. Once you start knocking out debt, you will have more money for your savings, which eventually will put you in a better situation as you get older and you get to retirement. According to Rachel